So, number one, the moment you are feeling so lonely, a lot of people fall in love because they are lonely and they want somebody to be with them to remove the loneliness. A number of times you'll realize that 80% of human beings have fallen in love because they were lonely. They were feeling like there was somebody missing to complete their life or to make their life seem like, I am complete. But let me tell you here, loneliness can lead you to the worst kind of a love relationship that you've never had. Every time I try to remind people that what should make you fall in love is not loneliness. You only fall in love the moment you have walked alone and felt comfortable with yourself. You are strong in a relationship when loneliness is not a problem to you. The moment you take a power of another person to remove loneliness from your life, you are giving him the power to control your days. Because let me tell you something, guys, love is not roses and golds. You will reach a time when you will not be having great communication. You will be having a lot of problems. Like sometimes you cannot even talk. You skip talking for a week, 2, or even 1 month. So if at all it was because of loneliness that you fell in love with somebody, and now things are happening, the bad side of this relationship or this love has presented itself. You cannot talk. You cannot even call each other. These things happen. It doesn't mean that that relationship is wrong. It is normal to have some differences in a relationship. It is normal to have some chaos in relationship. They build. In fact, after differences, if you can mend those differences, that's when you can realize whether you are in a real relationship or not. Without problems, without these things that come and go, without fixing things in your relationship, you do not have a relationship. So if you fall in love with somebody because you are lonely, what is going to happen? That time you cannot talk. Sometimes I've been there as well. You are so much in love with somebody, but because of some differences, you cannot talk. You just take your phone and you put it aside. You assume that they exist, but deep down in your heart, you miss them. You know so much well that you miss these people. If you fell in love with them because you were lonely, my dear, it means at this time, you might again find yourself going for what we call a rebound. A lot of women and men find themselves sleeping with the people they are not in love with at the time when they don't have a good relation with their partners. You do not communicate, you do not talk because of some differences, which is normal in a relationship. That time, if you fell in love with somebody because you are feeling lonely, that is the time you get yourself going for a rebound. Just getting another man and screwing you a night or two. Getting another woman and sleeping with her a night or two because you still feel the loneliness. You are in this relationship because you are lonely. So the wrong time to fall in love is the time when you are feeling you are lonely, when you are single. You are single and feeling lonely. The result, or maybe the solution for that loneliness, is not falling in love. The solution to that loneliness is learning how to be with yourself and feel complete. Because most of the people feel they are not complete alone. They need someone to make it complete. But no one can ever complete your life. If you cannot figure it out how you can complete your life, you're going to get into a relationship, and within that relationship, you're going to sleep with a lot of people without making a relationship with them. You're just sleeping with them because you're vulnerable. You are in a relationship, but because you cannot communicate, you feel lonely. So who feels this loneliness? Because you came here because of that loneliness. And again, your partner can't communicate with you. There's no communication, which is normal. And I still reiterate that. It is normal to sometimes not talk. For even a week, it is normal. But it becomes only a real relationship when you fix your differences after that 1 week of no communication. But if at all you are in love because of loneliness, you won't even make it to 2 days or 3 days. You'll be looking for someone else. And in fact, the devil knows when to tempt you. The time when you're having chaos with your boyfriend, the time you're having chaos with your girlfriend, that is the time the devil presents to you another man who speaks your language. That's the time a man brings a woman who dresses like you want as a man. The time the communication is not great in your relationship, that's when those people come. A man who speaks what you want to hear, what your man is not speaking. And you get tempted to test. And the moment you test, you start regretting, why did I do this? How did I just, become so weak and got myself into all this? So as a woman or a man who's mature enough to start a relationship, you don't want to fall in love because you are lonely. All right? So that is number one. So let's look at number two. There is what we call being desperate. And desperation comes in so many ways. You can be desperate for a job. You can be desperate for school fees. You can be desperate for having sex. You can be desperate for money. And being desperate for something does not mean that you are a bad person. Sometimes you can be desperate for something because you want to help other people. Let's say, for example, a family member of yours is in hospital. They need an operation. And the money required here is too much more than your family can get or can collect together. So that we put it in quote, it's you are in a desperate situation. So a lot of people fall in love at these times when they are desperate for something. You are desperate for a job. You are looking for a job. You have tarmacked your whole life. And then you meet someone in an interview or maybe along your way from having done those job search and everything, and you didn't get, and you meet a man or a woman, and this man helps you to get a job. Let me tell you something, my dear. Don't try. Don't try. My beautiful sister, my handsome brother, don't try. And I repeat, if you are in a desperate situation, never fall in love with the people who help you at your desperate time. 1 out of 100, they might be so genuine with that relationship. But 99 out of 100, they will use you. You see, you will be falling in love truly because, we become emotional. Somebody has helped you from your desperate state. They have removed that desperate state from you. They have helped you to get that job. They have helped you to get that money to pay the hospital bills. They have helped you to, get some school fees. So what do? Maybe they're paying your rent you have defaulted paying your rent for months, and somebody just comes in and pays it for you. And now you feel like he's making some advances. This guy is so kind. Let me accept this relationship. My brother and my sister, I will advise you, don't just fall for it because of their kindness at that time. There are some people who are kind to help, and that is the much you can go with them. It doesn't go beyond that help. You do not have to go beyond the help that they've given you because of their kindness. Those people are kind, and appreciate that kindness to remove your desperation state. Don't take that desperation state and their kindness and translate it into a love relationship. What happens is these people will be great people. They are not bad. In fact, when you start a love relationship with them, they will be so kind, like they're still giving and gifting you. But in the end, you will not find what you have been looking for in a relationship. You will find their kind side, their philanthropic side, but you will not find the love part of relationship in them. Because one, when somebody helps you from your desperate state, you become like, I'm sorry to use that term, but let me make it so that we can understand, all right? Don't feel so bad when I use this term. But when somebody helps you from a desperate state, in their presence, you become a slave to them. So whatever you will be giving to them is like a pay for the kindness they gave to you. But you see, falling in love, you do not fall in love to pay for kindness, but you fall in love so that you can find back the love that you're giving. But if somebody has given you much than you can give, they've removed you from your desperate state, they've paid handsome money to remove you from your desperate state, you do not have the power to demand, because love has to be demanded. You know, sometimes we say that you should not beg for love, you should not force love, but sometimes you have to force it. Sometimes you have to beg for it. And there are places you can force and there are places that you can beg for love. What matters is, where are you begging this love and where are you forcing this love? So the power to demand love back disappears the moment somebody helps you from your desperate state. So you do not fall in love when you're desperate for anything. The moment they have helped you from that desperate situation, rub it off. If you can work so hard and get money and pay them off some other time, that is the moment now you can get into a relationship with them. All right? Number 3, another very bad time to fall in love is just after breakup. Allow me to take a sip of water, guys. Okay? Guys, after breakup, just after breakup, you are having a very beautiful relationship. Things were just going on right. And you know what happens? Relationships got issues. So something happens so bad and you break up. After breaking up with your man or your woman, you're still nursing the pain, you're still feeling it, because sometimes we want to show ego that, okay, I'm right. You know what ladies do? After breakup, you go to your social media and now you start to say, I love self. I don't know how they say it, but single life is golden. You know, those words and terms that people use. So, and another way, let me tell you, ladies, this is for the ladies. I will tell you how men know that you are a culprit to be used. You see, one thing that a research has proved, the moment you see a woman posting so much status about herself, wearing some revealing clothes and putting on their status, that time there is something this woman is missing. And men have known, they know when to strike. They know that this is now a vulnerable place. This is somewhere we can chew and run. Most of the women, not all, but 80-something%, around 88% of women, the moment they have a problem in their relationships, they go into their status and they start sharing their photos. They will share some beautiful makeups and beautiful photos that reveals them on whatsoever. This happens immediately after breakup, in the process of healing from the breakup. But if you do it just at the beginning of that breakup and you fall in love with another man, I can assure you it will not last. And you will not find what you are looking for. Because this is the time that a woman becomes so vulnerable. For men, that's another case. You know, women, I will tell you something. Because there's one of my, a student that I'm teaching now, I'm coaching now, who asked me a very important question that, coach, I don't know why every time I'm in relationship and I break up with my boyfriend, they move on so quick. Why is it like that? Then my answer was this. You see, you people, you women, teach men to be strong and never cry. My man has to be strong. My man has to be, have to have this trait of being a man enough. My man must always be there for me. So men learn in relationship to be strong emotionally and to be strong to hide everything in them. So they tend to stay in relationship with their ego, not those emotions and feelings that women have. So the moment a man gets out of a relationship, breakup happens, it takes them very simple time to cope, to move on. They don't dwell so much in it because you have trained them not to cry. So why would he not cry about everything that has happened in your relationship and then expect him to cry when you break up. Can I repeat that so you understand it better? You see, you have been teaching men to be strong in relationships. You have been teaching them that men never cry. So when they break up with you, why do you expect them to cry? When a breakup happens, why do you expect somebody that you have been training for years not to cry, to cry? A man has been taught from childhood that men have to be strong. Men should not show their emotions. So that's why when they break up with you, it is just like a flip on the finger. They have moved on and they're into something. But you have been trained that you have to be pampered. So a woman, when a woman breaks up, they're still feeling like maybe he will come back. Maybe it is just, he will come back to me because he loves me. He understands my pain. Yes, we understand, but we are strong enough to assume that you have those pain because you have made us so. It is not our wish, but it is the wish of a woman to have a strong man who doesn't cry, a man who can handle every shit. So the moment they learn how to handle that shit and the breakups happen, believe me or not, that man is going to move on when you are still trying to figure out things. So as a woman, don't just fall in love immediately after breakup. Just after breakup, nothing good is going to happen out of it. You are going to have what we call a rebound. You are going to have what we call an egocentric revenge. And you are going to behave like you are showing off to a man that I've moved on. My life is set. You thought that you were the only man. Now I've gotten another man. You've not gotten another man. You've gotten just somebody to flip you upside down. Does that sound harsh? If that sounds harsh, let me know. But that's the truth. You've gotten somebody just to flip you upside down. This is not love at all. It is not, never, and it cannot be love. So be somebody who can understand when to get into it. But immediately after breakup, don't try love. Our last point is a woman and a man who is broke. Is this too much to say, guys? You see, when you're feeling broke, you don't have money in your pocket. And having money doesn't mean that you have millions of money. And being broke doesn't mean that, you cannot survive. But when you are feeling like you cannot give to somebody, what you have can only satisfy you. Be in a position to understand that nobody removes brokenness from you. Nobody is gonna help you to come out of your brokenness, but you have to work hard to get yourself out of being broke. Somebody is asking that why do men ghost you and blah blah blah. It's not about a man, but ghosting happens both sides. A man can ghost, a woman can ghost. So if you ask that question in a proper way, I will maybe answer you properly. But we will get into that, why people ghost each other. So let's get to this last point, then we can get back to those questions, guys. You see, if you are broke, you're feeling like you're broke, take care of yourself, take care of your pockets. It's not the right time to get into a relationship. It is time for you to fix a problem. You see, deal with each problem as it comes. The biggest issue and the biggest problem with us is like we want to try and, you are looking for a job, you're looking to settle your bills, at the same time you want to fall in love. And you're falling in love because you are broke. You're falling in love because you're thinking that, okay, if I have this man in my life, my bills will be paid, I'll pay my rent. Once you become an adult, your parents are now part of you. Be in a position to clear your bills. If you want love, the wrong time to fall in love is falling in love when you cannot clear your bills. Guys, some of these things are very tough to say, and they are very tough to chew. But the moment you accept to chew them, the moment you believe in what we are talking about here, you save yourself 1,000,000 times. Falling in love when you cannot pay your bills and assuming that this person who is coming into my life is going to pay my bill, whether he's a woman or a man. I'm not just telling women, but I'm talking to men as well. Believing that the man that is coming into your life is going to pay your bills is the beginning of your fall, and it's the beginning of your, I can say, heartbreak in relationships. Because I'll tell you one thing, relationships today are not guaranteed. There's nothing that guarantees you that you will be in that relationship forever. It's not even about somebody leaving you or somebody, using you and dumping you. Death is there. I can die anytime. Nobody knows when my time is up. Only God knows when I'll die, right? So if you fall in love with me today because you're thinking that I'm going to pay your bills and tomorrow I'm not there, who's going to pay those bills? You'll be broken. You'll start be telling people how men are bad, women are bad, they will lie to you, they will be paying your bills, they will lie to you, this and that. At the end of it all, you will be the one who has fixed yourself and put yourself into problems that you might have solved if you were so much, persistent to pay those bills on your own than expecting somebody to come and pay them for you. So when you're feeling broke, fix your brokenness. Stop looking for love when you're broke. That is the wrong timing to look for love. Don't look for love because you're broke. Look for love because you are stable and you can pay your bills. So you just want somebody to give you the comfort of love. But if you expect material things from the love, then let's just be real here. Are you looking for love or looking for someone to pay your bills? Sounds awkward, right? But you got to ask yourself these questions. Is it time for you to look for love, or is it time for you to look for someone to pay your bills? Very important, right? So guys, I'll be trying to take some questions if they are there. Somebody asked why do men ghost? But I replied that men don't ghost, but people ghost. People do ghost. Everyone does that. Men can ghost you and women too can ghost you. And this is what happens with ghosting. Ghosting happens when somebody is not mature enough to move on, or somebody is not mature enough to solve those mistakes. When you start ghosting people, your relationship is in a mess, and instead of manning up or womaning up and sitting down with your boyfriend or girlfriend and fixing those things, you start ghosting each other. Somebody sending you a message, you don't want to reply, but you are watching their status on WhatsApp, you're watching their status on Facebook or Instagram. He can see you online on Instagram, but you never talk to them. You just ghost each other. So mostly it happens with people who are not mature enough. They are not mature enough to own up to their mistakes and sit down and solve the problems that are rising there, or they are not mature enough to move on if that relationship they feel it's not working. So it's a matter of just finding people who are mature enough. The moment it is done, it is done. Go together, sit down and talk and tell each other that, you know what, it's not working, so let's quit, let's call it off. Or why can't we fix it? Let's sit down and fix this mess. That is what maturity is all about. Stop ghosting people to satisfy whatever you want in a relationship. So let me just see if there are some questions. I was answering that in terms of ghosting. We're almost coming to the end of this. How did the problem man need more lady? Someone is asking that his boyfriend needs more ladies. What are you not giving that this guy is looking for? Go learn some good things that you can fix there. Is it advisable to still be friends with your ex, mostly in particular if you are in a same field? Being friends with your ex You see, you have to be friends with everybody. And I said this on my live a day before yesterday. I said that you must be friends with everybody, but you need to know where to place who. I said that we have some friends that we have to meet with them at the sitting room. There are some friends that can go until into our bedrooms. There are some friends that we have to meet at the gate. And there are those friends that we need to meet only at the restaurants. There are those friends and colleagues at work that you meet only at the work. So if you are working together, you are in the same field, meet at the field, do whatever you can do, and part ways. There's nothing like being friends to your ex, like chatting them, doing this, unless you are mature enough to move on. You see, the biggest problem is always like, you want to be a friend to your ex, but the reality here is you are not mature enough to move on. So you are friends with them because you still want to see how their lives is going. You are just friend with them because you need to know who is in their life. That is not being friend, and it's not a good sign of being friends to your exes. You can be a friend to your ex just because they are in the same field with you. You can be friends with them because you are doing something together or you stay in the same place. So there are some public things that unite you. You don't want to tell me that now because you are dating somebody who you are staying in the same building, all right? Different apartments, but in the same building. And you break up. You are dating and you break up. So you cannot move. That is your permanent residential area. So there are some public amenities, like in the gym. There's a gym there. There's something. If you meet them at the gym, you want to run away? You will not run away. This guy is not a devil. He was formerly your boyfriend. This woman is not a devil. She was your girlfriend before. So friend them, but know where to place them. That is the secret. Be friends to everybody, but know where to place each and every person. Let me see another question. When I had a job, my hubby loved me, but after I lost a job, he started mistreating me. What does it mean? That is just what I've talked about here. Desperate for something. You know, some people are comfortable with you in that relationship because of what you are providing materialistically. They are not comfortable because of you. They are not in love with you, but they are in love with the things that you own. Like, can you provide, can you be part of the rent payment? Can you be part of school fees? Can you be part of this? Can you fix this? Can you be, you know? So when you lose your job, it means they have lost that part of you that they were in love with. So not everyone who is in love with you. Some people are in love because of what you are providing, because of what you can manage in that relationship. Well answered, thank you. All right, so somebody also is asking, a good woman is honest. And all right, what about the guy who always meets you in private places? Somebody is asking a guy who meets you in private places. Take him to public place. Simple. We cannot know. We do not know why. Maybe you are ugly in his face. Maybe he doesn't want his friends to know he's dating you. Maybe he's just a private person. We don't know. So some of these questions, guys, we cannot just speculate. I'm not here just to make you happy, but I'm here to make you find a good answer and a good solution to your problem. So if somebody is so comfortable to meet you in a private place, that is something that is private. It is personal. We cannot speculate. So what you need to do as a person, try to also book for a venue. Like, for example, somebody always is just meeting you in private. He wants to take you to private hotel. He wants to take you, book a venue and invite them. That is the first thing you can do as a woman. And that's why I said, before you fall in love, be in a position to give what you want to be given. So if he's the one booking those private places where he wants to take you, next time, book a place that you know is public and take him there. And if he doesn't come, if he doesn't show up, then that's a red flag. There is something he's hiding away from you. If he's hiding, he doesn't want to go with you and you have booked, you've gone ahead to book, but he doesn't want to follow, then it means there's something he's trying to hide. So you have to be very careful. All right, guys? Let me check something here. All right, so was just checking if we have some comments on YouTube, and I see good day watching from South Africa. Yes, is the time to watching live South Africa Go Youth Podcast, powerful words. Okay. Oh, I see you, brother. Mr. Ali, I can see you there. Ali hosted me on his podcast some days before. So guys, do we have some other questions from TikTok? Hello, in a long distance relationship, who should visit who? As in a long distance relationship, who should visit who? I don't think whether that should be a question. Should we have a question on who visits who, really? Anyone can visit anyone if you are comfortable with visiting each other. As long as you are comfortable and you are ready to visit each other, you can go visit each other. Go visit him, let him come visit you. It depends with the respect that you have for a relationship. Guys, some of the things about relationship should not be a question and should not be a problem. Let us not put problem where there is none. Because if also visiting becomes a problem, then there's a bigger problem than just visiting. Who visits who has become a problem, then that relationship has got a bigger problem than just the relationship itself. Because I do not believe in this thing where people say that, it is a man who has to host you, a woman cannot host a man. When two people love each other, it means these are two people who are equal. So equal responsibility goes a long way in everything. I can do it just like she can do it. All right? So guys, allow me to use my cape because it's becoming sunny here. I'm direct to sunlight. I told you it's winter here, so we can do outdoor videos. So just allow me to use my cape. I'm not trying to hide my face. Those who will come late, I'm so sorry for you. But guys, let there be no excuse in terms of who visits who. Anyone can visit anyone as long as you're comfortable to visit each other. Let there be no question on who visits who. So I'm in a long distance relationship. It's a national. I'm about to visit my boyfriend for the first time. Okay, what should I be expecting in and out? All right, this is a very good question. I don't want to miss it out. What should I get him for the first time? Okay, so you've been in a long distance relationship and you are going to meet for the first time with your boyfriend. Now you are asking what you should give to him, what you should expect. All right, so long distance relationships has got a lot of issues. And personally, those who have been following me live understand that I do not advocate for a long distance relationship. But again, it works to some people, but it doesn't work for others. So we cannot just say that it doesn't work. Sometimes it can work, sometimes it might not work. But if you have reached that state where now you want to go meet each other, first thing that I advise is at least try to meet in a public place, not in a private place where you are going to his house or her house, because you don't know this person. You are going to meet for the first time. So I believe that assume this is somebody that you're just meeting for the first time. Don't pretend like, we've been talking, we know each other, we have been in love, we have been talking on phone, on video calls. Go to him as if it is your first time you're going to meet him. Then ask yourself, as a woman, what do I want to do with a man I'm meeting for the first time? These are the questions that you want to put. I don't want to lie to you that, you need to buy him flowers, you need to, go stay there for 1 week. But I want to ask you a very simple question. The lady who asked that question, you are going to meet this guy for the first time. Ask yourself this simple question. What do you want from a man you are meeting for the first time? What are your principles? What do you believe in? Do you believe in sleeping with a man when you meet them at the first time? Do you believe in staying in a man's house, a man that you still don't know, a stranger in your life, because you are going to behave with this guy as a stranger, as somebody you've never met, because any meeting you've always had, it's been on mobile phone or maybe a video call or at FaceTime and such kind of things. So go meet him with one, your principles in your mind, what you believe in your mind, the things you want a man to do for you the first time you meet them in your mind. And then you have been talking to him on the video calls, on texts. At least during this time you have learned what this guy loves most. So if you want to surprise him, you want to do something that he will remember you with, at least pick from what you think he's been talking about so much and purchase that for him. If he's a flower guy, buy him a flower. If he's somebody who loves maybe suits, you can buy her a pair of suit or maybe something like that. He loves some sports shoes, go buy him some good sports shoes. If that is what you want from us, to tell you that what should I do for him for the first time, pick from the talks and the chats that you've been asking. Ask yourself a question: what does he love most? And go for it. Surprise him with that. But my dear sister, long distance relationship is the biggest shit in this world. If you do not control yourself, you might end up cursing love, and you might end up saying you'll never love again, because you do not know him. You do not know what will happen after that meeting. So maybe after that meeting you might regret, for having been there. You might regret for having loved this guy. So let these regrets come. Look, this is what I always tell people: be in a relationship, start those relationships. Do not fear getting into a relationship, but the only regret that you should ever have in your life should be the regret of not making it with this guy. But let there be no regret that, why did I sleep with him? Why did I spend all this money on him? Why did I have to travel, buy a ticket, book a ticket to this place? Why did I have to do all this? That should not be a thing. The most important thing that you should be regretting is, why did this relationship not move to this level? I expected this relationship to go until marriage or something, but it never, it never reached that. So take your head is missy miss. Go with your head, walk head tall. Do not forget your beliefs. Do not forget what you want to get from a man. This is very important. It is what gives you the power to find what you're looking for. Even if you don't get it, it doesn't matter. Even if you'll go and then it turns out that it never worked for both of you, that is not a problem. Miss Mimi, all right, Miss Mimi, thank you so much. Thanks also for those flowers, and I hope that I answered your question right, and it's going to help you, right? So let me see if we have got another one, because I've seen a lot of comments coming, but I don't know whether somebody asked, what should I do if my partner does something that makes her happy but hurts me and can't stop that? All right, a powerful question there from Kwahmi Javiti. Javiti, if your partner is doing something that is making them happy, but you do not like the same things, it means that you are with somebody that you do not love. You see, character can never be changed, and you cannot stop something from doing things that make them happy. That is what makes them happy. So there are two things. It's either you learn how to accept what they are doing that is making them happy, or you find your way out of that relationship, because you will never be happy. For example, if I am a footballer and you do not like football, I'm always going to the stadium to watch football. Every time there's football, I will go with my friends to watch. I want to play every evening. But for you are a restaurant person. You want us to go get some nice food, Italian cuisine. You want some Turkish food and all that. You'll not fix it. You cannot fix this problem. So the only way to do it is you either accept to be with them or withdraw. Accept, start learning to get along with that. And that is what I do. Personally, I train my fiancée to love what I love, even if she doesn't know it. All right? She doesn't know football. What do? I have to sit her down and tell her, this is how it happens. These 22 people, they have to chase that small round, oval thing. They will chase it, and whoever gets it has to kick it. Okay? Whoever kicks it first is the best person. Whoever puts it, there is two bars. You see that bar and does metals? Yes. So this small round thing has to go inside that. When it goes there, it's called a goal, and people have to celebrate, and that person has won. So she will get an interest, all right? She'll get an interest on learning about this. But you see, if you're just there that, no, me, I love football, I don't know what you love, they might not know what is this football thing? Why is this guy so much in love with football? So train yourself. The good thing about this, brother, the good thing about it is you know that this thing makes him happy. So it is you to train yourself on how the same thing can make you not happy, but you can accept it and live with it, okay? Let's see another one. She feels I don't love her when I accept and don't complain. That is now you're talking about a real woman. That is a real woman who loves you, brother. If he's like she tells you about it, and then you don't like it, and then when you accept that you like it, she complains. That's a real woman. That is no problem. That is how they behave. Some of the women behave that way. So learn about her character. If you accept to stay with that character, great. If you don't, find your way, because a character can never be changed. There are things that you can change. Passion, you can change some talent. Sometimes you can learn another talent, but a character can never be changed. What about the man who don't love and he cannot leave you to move on? Is he chaining you? I don't believe in that. I don't believe that somebody who doesn't love you cannot leave you to move on. It is you who is keeping yourself there. And if you're not feeling like you can move on and a man is keeping you, you can join my course. I have a course where I can train you on how to move on. If you have decided you want to move on, you can join my course. I will train you on how to move on. It is you who is not moving on. It is not that man. I've never seen a man or a woman who can force somebody to stay in their lives. There are so many ways on how you can get yourself out of a relationship that you don't feel comfortable in. It's only you who need to do something about it. It's not him. I don't have to come and tell you that now it's now the right time for you to move. It is you who will decide that it is the right time for me to move on. All right? So don't say that somebody is keeping you and making you not to move on, guys. Let me see. Any other question that is coming? So many questions, guys. Sorry if I will pass by your question without seeing it, because people are writing too much. Guys, if you have asked one question, kindly don't type again. Let other people also ask questions. Hi, is it normal for a man to give you the silent treatment and claim he loves you? Yes, it is. It is normal. I will tell you something, guys. Every kind of treatment is normal in a relationship. But when you are in a relationship, understand yourself more than you are trying to understand somebody. Know what doesn't work for you, because silent treatment might work for somebody else but not you. So a man might have been loving another woman who loves silent treatment, and then when he started love with you, you don't like it. So it is you to see that this place is not my place. But silent treatment sometimes is fine. You do not know why. What you need here is the reason behind the silent treatment. It is not about the treatment. Most often I tell people that people treat us because of how they see us. Some of the treatment come towards you because of you. Because people see this is the kind of treatment that you deserve. So it is you to ask yourself, do I deserve this? Should I move on? Should I leave this kind of treatment? I can't take it. So I don't see a problem when there's a man who is a silent treater. It is you to understand that this guy is silently treating me. I need to move out of this space and give him his own space. Okay? Let me see if I have another question, guys. Look, I no longer have feelings for him and he is a nice guy. You no longer have feelings for him. and he's a nice guy. Find out why you do not have feelings for him. What is he doing that you do not love? Namfuneko is saying it is harsh on YouTube. I don't know what is that harsh. Why don't you have it? What is he doing that you do not like? Or are you this kind of a person that I described when I started this video? Because I started this video and I said that there are some timings that are wrong. So Sunlove, this video is available on my YouTube channel. So you can go to my YouTube channel and subscribe and start watching this video from the start. Go and start watching it from the start. You might find the problem here, because some people fall out in love because when they began the love, they never loved the people. They loved what those people had. For example, you were lonely, that's why you fell in love. You were desperate for something, that's why you fell in love. You were just after a breakup, that's why you fell in love. You were broke, that's why you fell in love. So with time, when you start to realize yourself, you start falling out in love with these people. The feelings start to move out, because what led you to loving them was not true, was something else, was something that can change, and now it has changed. That's why now you are trying to run away from them. It is not that, these people are bad. You are even telling Azia that he's a nice guy. So if he's a nice guy, it means that you are, the attitude, what brought you to this guy was not real. And that's why now you are feeling like, you can't take it anymore. Whatever brought you to him was not real, was something else. That's why that love now is feeling bitter and feeling something else. Miss Mimi, thank you so much for those flowers. Can you go against your parents in the name of love? Remember, you need their blessings. I've talked about this in the past videos, that we cannot go against our parents in terms of love. What we can always do is to try and make our parents understand why we are going that path in love. Because guys, listen, when a parent curses you because of love, it might be a very bad thing in your relationships. Sometimes some of the curses don't follow you, but you have to be very careful. You have to do something that will help you to kick away that curse. What do? You have to make them understand. Reach out to people, reach out to them, explain to them, make them understand why you are making this decision. Don't just be like, oh no, I'm in love, I love him, and I will kill myself if I don't get to marry this guy, or if I don't choose this person. Get your parents to understand why you are making that choice. Let them understand. Do something. Create an action that will help them also to sit back. And when they are in bed together, your mom and dad, they are in bed and they're having their good time, they can ask themselves that, should we just leave her to go? Because I think she's more happier in life now than he was before he met this guy. So don't go against your parents when you are deciding to make love. But it doesn't mean that you have to separate with the guy that you want. What you need to do is try and make your parents understand why you are going that direction. So somebody's asking me a question. Somebody's asking me a question. Where is the course? If you want my course, my TikTok bio there's a link there. You can click that link and join. In fact, tomorrow I'm teaching on my course again. There's a link. You can click the same link. You will find a course there that is free of charge. There are some courses that are charged, but tomorrow I will be hosting a course at 8 p.m. Bahrain time, 8 p.m. East African time. I'll be hosting a free course on my, online school. And you can join this for free. If you click my bio there's a link there. You can click and join. This course is going to talk about forgiveness. How can you forgive yourself after breakup to find peace with yourself? And this is where people ghost each other. How can you stop ghosting after breakup? So forgiving yourself, because people don't forgive themselves. So this course tomorrow, I'm hosting it at 8 p.m. If you want to join, just click the link in my bio there and you can sign up for the course. And tomorrow 8 p.m. you can join me on Zoom to learn something on it. All right. So mine keeps on cheating but says he loves me. Run away. That one I don't have a very long answer. If your boyfriend is cheating and keeps on. You know, he did not just cheat, but he keeps on, meaning he's doing it every time, every day. Run for your life. My husband does everything I want, but he doesn't want us to have kids. Nancy, that is very difficult. I don't want to shout out here on social media. Nancy, you can click the link in my bio. Let's talk. You can book a free session with me. Let's talk privately, because this is something much, much more important. You know, when it comes to my husband, my wife don't want kids, this is something very important. I don't want just to shout like, you know, do this and do that. Some questions have to be there. Why? What is the problem? You know, we need to talk man to woman, right? This is man to woman, not man to man. So that at least I can ask you some questions to understand how I can reply to you. Because guys, I don't just do these videos here for fun. I do it to help people. So I don't just want to shout an answer to you to make you happy. I want to know the root cause of this, okay? Miss Mimi, thank you for those flowers. Miss Mimi is sending me so many flowers. Why are some people not sending those flowers? Guys, don't you have flowers, guys? Come on, send them. And share this video as well. Me, I do not trust him. What can really make two people fall in love? A lot of things can make two people fall in love, people. That one, if I will start to answer here, I'll have a lot of answers. Please, me, my boyfriend, break up after 6 months, he came back, sir. Can I accept him? So many things here. If somebody broke up with you and after 6 months, he's coming back to you, be very careful. I'll make a video for you. Go and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I'll make a video for you on YouTube and you can watch it. Why men come back. There are so many reasons. Maybe it never worked for him wherever he went. Number 2, he's regretting the reason why he broke up with you. Number 3, he might be seeing you being okay, comfortable and going on with your life as normal. Now he's coming back to finish the agenda he did not finish. One thing, he's coming to destroy you completely. And number 3, maybe he learned his mistakes and he's coming to correct them. So all these things can be true. He might be coming because things ain't good in his side. He might be coming because he's tried and he's not succeeding. He might be coming because he's seeing you very comfortable and moving on with your life. And last one, he might be coming, no, second last, he might be coming to destroy you completely, take away what he left in you, or he's coming back to mend things so he can be the right guy for you. So that one also needs a lot of talks so that at least we can get to understand some things in it. Guys, questions are so many, but unfortunately I won't be able to answer everyone's questions. YouTube, no questions on YouTube. They're just comment, this is powerful, it's harsh. All right, so my TikTok warriors, thank you so much guys for coming. I think that we'll end it here. And I just want to remind you that tomorrow I'm hosting a course which is free of charge. You don't have to pay anything. You just need to register by your name and email and get ready for the course tomorrow at 8 p.m. Bahrain time, 8 p.m. East African time. So wherever you are, you can check your time. Today in Bahrain, right now, it is 50 minutes past 2 p.m. in Bahrain. So tomorrow, check at your time now. In Bahrain, it is 2 p.m. 50 minutes past 2 p.m. It's almost 3 p.m. So tomorrow, 8 p.m. So right now, this time and your time, compare and know when to come for that live. Somebody is saying men are scammers. Most probably, he's back to finish his own agenda. Women too are scammers. If it's about accusing people to be scammers, then men or women are scammers. But let's not talk about that. Let's not accuse people falsely. We are not scammers and women are not scammers. We are just people who sometimes don't understand what works for who and how. So sometimes this man is just a great guy, but he doesn't understand what works for you. And that's why he's doing what he's doing. So you just need to know and understand who exactly you are falling in love with. Okay? Just understand who you are giving your love, who you are giving your soul, who you are giving your body, and you will not call anyone a scammer. So guys, thank you so much for being in my live. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is my request to you guys. If you haven't seen my YouTube channel, go right now and subscribe. It is called John Gora, the same name on TikTok. Go and subscribe. Watch. This video is available there. You can repeat and repeat and repeat a million times if you want to learn something from it, especially those people who came late. The beginning of this video, I was talking about 4 steps that shows it is the wrong time for you to fall in love. So go check it out, and let's see again each other next Monday, same time, same place. All right? But I will be live. Whenever I'll be live, you will know. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will be seeing, I will be putting it there when I will go live, so you can